What's up, everybody? I have my wonderful guest, Humble Jones, here joining my show today. How are you, sir?
I am so good, happy to be on with you. It's just such a good day.
It is a great day. We woke up, God blessed us, and that's just how we are. We're just here. And
Mhm.
so, Humble Jones, I remember meeting you probably a year ago, right?
Yeah, it's been like a year.
We met through Furman Jackson, I think it was.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
It's been quite a friendship. I mean, you've been so helpful to me and so helpful to many others as well. So I kind of want to tap into your generosity to people. So what makes you do what you do?
Um, so it's like this. I work in a virtual assistant slash answering service as a 9 to 5. And I've been doing that since 2006. And what I found out just talking to people generally over the phone, there's so many people that need help. There's so many people that need to be heard. And from that point, it's just kind of been I want to help. So we fast forward to 2018, pre-COVID. I was sitting there one day, somebody posted something that was it was a business and it was just really legit and professional. And I said, let me make a post about it. And that was literally my first time actually sharing the let's show our support post that I make.
Mm,
And so I started sharing that and I saw how people responded to her. I wasn't looking for the attention, my phobias.
uh-huh.
And so when I saw that, I said, you know what? I really want to keep doing that. And I just started going down my friends list, posting, sharing. And because of my past experience, I said, you know, I want to keep doing this. I want to help the businesses more, especially those that are not getting attention. And so here we are today.
I know. You have what, like 80,000 reach on your social media? Is that what I saw?
Y- Yeah, I had 120 at one point, but that's when I was just so into it. Every second I'm posting, I had to
Hmm.
slow down a little bit.
But people are noticing what you're posting. And I believe you've gotten quite a few success stories out of what you've done.
Yes, I have been told some of the successes I've done. I have today actually know for sure I got someone to sell.
Mhm.
And those little things make me feel good because, like I said, the support is so low these days, and people are supporting, just to be supported, which is fine. But I just like being a servant, and I always tell people I'm an intern at heart. Like back in the 1940s or something, you walk in a business, you say, "Hey, I want to get this experience," and that's kind
Yes.
of how I work.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, I love everything that you're doing, especially for the community. So tell everybody who doesn't know you where you from.
Originally from New York. 2019, I moved to North Carolina.
Mhm.
Um, but it feels like, or everybody thinks I'm in Texas. And literally
That's a
everybody.
common misconception there.
Yeah, I've gotten backstage tickets and so many invites, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in Texas.
Not in Texas. Oh man, but that's originally what I thought. I thought you were from Texas. And then Furman Jackson was like, "No, no, he's not from Texas." I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting support all the way out there. Like that's a beautiful thing. And
Hmm.
I really appreciate what you're doing for everybody, for all the actors and business owners and people that are out there needing the help and that you're actually helping spread it across all different types of states. So
Yes, and I try to be a little more supportive than just sharing a post. Sometimes I try to ask, are you having trouble with anything? Um, Even though I have a business and yes, I have charges, sometimes I'll just ask, maybe if you need a task done, just to kind of bring some traction to you, because those are the little things that people really need to hear. Because
mhm,
I scrutinize my timeline. Like as I'm going through it, I'm seeing the who, the what, the when, who's posting, who likes. Did this person know that person prior to me posting them? So I watch all that, And I do see some of the crossovers of, hey, this person is now liking this person's post. And I'm like, yes, that's where I
It's
want
happening.
something to happen. And
Yes.
I always get told, hey, we appreciate you all the
Mhm.
time.
So have you always been this way, or is there a story behind it?
Um, I say with all my references, it's always been this way.
Always been that way?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful heart to have, to just give and help people. So, I
Yeah.
mean, what do you do in the meantime? I mean, other than the call center and helping people, that's pretty much it, right?
So the helping the sharing the posts and everything is kind of part of the building for Answer Us, my company, because I'm it's really a dual function company. I have the virtual assistant aspect, which is what I'm really doing now, and
Mhm,
then I have the answering service aspect because I have a system which allows me to take messages, create answer phrases, all that good stuff, which is gonna come later. Um,
mhm,
and so I work on, just everything all day when it comes to small groups, videos, and so that's really where I'm at all day. I'm
mhm,
in social media, unfortunately.
mhm.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's really great. So, Interest is the company you work for? Is that your company?
Oh, that's my company.
All
Um,
right, let's go a little bit more into that one because I want to know about your company. So, tell me in detail, like all the things you offer.
Okay, so everything offered right now, because I'm still growing. I do social media posts because I use my TikTok, Instagram. I create those small videos that I normally do through TikTok. I try to be as detailed with those as possible. I do have programs that help to get better videos and things like that. Um, I don't know. I'm really just like a go-to referral. I'm just shuffling out there for companies.
Huh. You're just kind of
Um,
like like connecting the dots person, right?
yes, and I hope to be better at that. See, right now I'm working with businesses, but my main goal is really to vet the public, to really go out, get to find out what it is the public needs. That way I can come to the business owners with, hey, somebody really needs help here.
That's in depth. I like that part
Yeah.
because it's not only are you helping the businesses, but you're listening and being the voice of the people too. They're just like, we need this in our community. So then you're going to go and find the business that can help them with their need.
Yes, and an example would be like, for instance, being that I'm still taking all these calls, somebody will say, "Hey, I need a roof fixed."
Mhm,
I want to be able to have a company on speed dial. Hey, I have someone who needs your services.
mhm. And good people, not just any referral, right? So all
Yeah,
the
it
people you
got to be
talk
good people.
all the people you talk to are people that you know personally, like, they're the ones that you actually talk to, you find out what they're about, and then you connect them with the people.
Yes, and I'll say from our last conversation, you kind of helped me fine tune that based on
Mhm.
what you were looking for. And I said, well, that's still my lane too. And it is better to, get things that are a bit more professional, clean looking, nice.
Yes.
Household names.
Exactly, the ones that are out there trying to really make a difference. And, for those of you out there who are watching this video and don't know, Daquon has actually helped me talked to several people over the past week trying to find businesses that will like to be in our magazine. So he's been able to connect me with at least 5 people so far, and I really appreciate you for that.
Oh wow, thank you. I was always hoping they go through because I'm like, oh, this would be really nice if I could get this because for the last person, I didn't even know they would respond to me at all.
Mhm.
So sometimes it'd be shocking to me when they do, and I say, "Oh, let me hurry up and get this over to Rachel now." And it feels good to me because it's letting me know at least my word is doing something, or people
Mhm.
can at least view my page and know that I'm serious about this.
Yes, you are serious about what you're doing, and you're very passionate about it too, which I think that for me, that makes me respect you more because you are passionate about what you're doing. And
Thank
people need that. People need that encouragement in their business, in their life, and that connection, and being able to talk to someone that's actually going to listen to their needs. So
Yeah,
that's
I've been
beautiful.
definitely known to listen a lot.
Hmm.
I've had from one day from my job, I was actually working there, and there was a woman from a pharmaceutical company who worked inside there, and she said, how do I hire you from the job you're at? Because you listen to you're actually doing a job you really didn't have to do. And I said, oh, I can't. But she was willing to take me straight into pharmaceutical and marketing for her. And
Oh my goodness.
really big. And I got a doctor recommendation letter right now too. I've been taking calls for about 15 years for him. And I wanted to do that too, to use these things to help the public, to help companies that really need to move to the next level.
Hmm. And they do. They need that help because so for through all this connection that you've learned that people can't really start their business and be successful by themselves. They need people to help, right?
Yes, you have to. I am by myself, but I'm using every person that I'm supporting to help me too. So
Mhm.
you have to get help.
Absolutely. And I do have a question for you. So, anytime during this journey, have you ever been discouraged? And if you've been discouraged, what have you done to help encourage yourself?
I have been discouraged one time where I had my company's name, I had things going, but I didn't know really even where to start because I knew I was supporting, but because I was never asking for nothing, no money, no nothing, I also wasn't getting a certain amount of support I wanted for myself. And I started getting that feeling of, while I'm helping everybody, nobody notices me. And for a good month, I was down. I didn't do no social media supporting or anything like that because I was trying to figure out, well, what am I doing wrong? And why doesn't anybody see this kind of help
Hmm.
that's going on? And I had somebody reach out to me who actually is a client now, stated, this is the hard part. You have to look at you have to look at yourself through a mirror that nobody's helping you. Start
Hmm.
from this day. And it's like from that day, I said I want to support, but I stopped um, giving my all to everything and tried to
Hmm.
fine tune. And as I fine tuned, I was getting that thank you that
Hmm.
I felt I deserved because
Hmm.
I was able to do more for them now. Now I'm not giving my attention in the whole world. And that
Right.
kind of helped me. And also people reached out to me and just kind of supported me um,
Hmm.
on everything.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate your honesty in that answer. I know it was a little bit hard, a little hard deep down, but I mean, I like to bring up the fact that we're all people just trying to help people. So for people to understand that with businesses and even, networkers that are really amazing, like everything that you're doing, like we're real people who have real feelings. I mean, we're not just doing a business and nothing else. I mean, we're all people. We have feelings. So, um, I have another question for you. So, what has been the most rewarding part of what you're doing now?
The most rewarding part um, is, I want to say, actually having a name that's respectable.
Mhm,
Um, because of the work that you do. I didn't really want a name from not doing something that was actually helping. And getting certain credentials and things like that this year, like I'm moving up in my project management because I got a certification for that this year. And it's just helping people to say, hey, you know what, he really is doing this, he's serious about it, and you know what, I respect that. And it helps me because that now I know if I'm to refer someone or someone needs help, they can take that serious, and that person can get where they need to go faster. And
Mhm.
that's what I kind of like about everything up to date.
I love that. I love that. And you do have one of those names because I was telling Mr. You earlier, I was like, I'm gonna go have an interview with Daquon today on Zoom. And I was like, it's gonna be really fun to interview him. He goes, Daquon, I know Daquon. Of course, and it warms my heart that people that I connect with in Dallas also know your name. And they're
Okay.
just like, they have nothing but good things to say about you. So that's amazing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And I want it that way too, because I know a good name is better than gold.
It is
It
way better.
is.
It's way better. And I second that statement. That's beautiful statement.
Thank you.
So I got always ask people this, during an interview, but if you have advice for a youngster that's trying to do the same thing that you're doing, what would you tell him?
I will tell you, don't look to be paid, look to be paid in experience. You can literally tackle so much of the world if you don't look at it initially through I need to be paid. You will get there, but sometimes you want to have a key to a city before the money. You want to have a name that'll get you through a door before all of that. So, and you have to be dedicated. You have to, I hope one day I can write a book on this, but to have a heart of an intern, in my point of view, you have to love what they do. You have to see your entire business, life, morals, ethics through a company. And you
Mhm,
just project it in there and say, hey, I want to add my experience and my work to this. So I gain from that company as well.
mhm.
That's what I would
That's
suggest.
that's great advice, actually, because I'm with you. A name says so much more to me than somebody trying to buy their way into connections. Because I mean, you know, uh, from my own experience, this is just like coming straight from the heart and a recent experience. So I know a lot of people want to be in the magazine, right? But they're also trying to buy their way into the magazine.
Mm,
And as a I would say it, as a person who knows the purpose behind the magazine and knowing the true intentions, I could not allow those people to be in the magazine because the content and their purpose didn't match my purpose. And I'm one of those people that, What's Up Dallas is not about being profitable. It's about being a community connection to help people out when they need it or try to get people to come and interview and talk about their business. So I respect that a lot. I've been where you're at too. I've been a connector. I've been connecting the dots for quite some time now.
and
you
I
probably
have been
asked
seeing.
you probably see my whole modeling industry right now. They're just like, oh, so yeah, we know Rachel. Either some of them have connected with me or they've heard about me, but some people even didn't even think I existed for the longest time. They're just like, "Who's this Rachel?" Like, I've never seen her in person. They're just like, "Oh, you're Rachel." Yes, I am. That's me.
I have to say, like, exactly the compliment where you're saying, I love how you promote. You really promote clean.
Mhm,
And it's when I'm not gonna lie, when you came out with the your logo for the magazine and the picture of you, it was still so clean. It's so nice. And then how you got it styled on the website on how to contact you, just everything was clean. And that's what made me like, because I promote a lot other podcasts, but it's like I'm slowing down and yours starting to become that number one podcast that I'm gonna be just kind of like promoting business or magazine that I'm promoting. And because it's clean, because of how you talk, because of how you carry yourself, and then to see who you collaborate with. Like I love Tristan, the
mm,
photographer. I love him, and that's where I was always seeing a lot of your work at first. And
mhm.
he's another one that's clean. Everything just looks clean, and that's what made me like I gravitated towards you and your company.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot that people that you have recognized that.
Mhm.
And I'm also like that in the modeling industry too. So I have a lot of people really try to model or take pictures and do all this kind of stuff and asked me to take certain type of pictures. I was like, that's not me. I was like, I have more respect for myself. No diss to, boudoir models or anything like that. But I want to earn my respect and also be somebody that can be a role model to younger models to tell them that you don't have to compromise your body, your sexuality, or your morals to make money or be, respected in the industry. So,
Exactly.
yes. And that's why I try to keep my content just like that too, because I'm like, if this is a God breathed magazine, why would I put something that's not godly in it? Why would I do something that's going to be negative commentary and get me a bad review? Why would I do that? That's just not it.
Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of us lose the patience because normally when you go in a way that don't get you all those views, it takes a little longer. But
Hmm.
then, you got your ways of shooting straight to 1 million views these days. But
Yes.
it's quality over quantity. And I think that's where just waiting and patience, and I need my business to boom, it gets
Mhm.
frustrating. But if you want something to last, you would be patient with it.
I think people respect businesses more if they really value what they do over the money. And that's how I want people to see, the magazine too. I'm not always about the profitability. It's more like the purpose. Because before I had the interviews on YouTube, I was doing interviews over the phone. I wasn't getting paid anything. I was literally spending my own money to make the magazine work and reaching people. And, I never looked back. Once God told me that this is what I need to do, I just like, I'm just gonna go do it. You just tell me what to do, boss. So now I just do this full time. And I was talking about that with my husband too the other day. I told him, I said, babe, I was like, it's never really been about the money for me or the exposure or, trying to get my name out there fast or, trying to just make a lot of money. I didn't wanna be that way. I was like, I would just wanna make a difference. That's it, a positive difference, and that's where I'm at, so
And you really are because you keep integrity. And that's the
Mhm,
main thing that a lot of businesses they slip with that because of the growth and like I said, that's what made me respect it all even more. And I have to say, working with you has actually I don't want to sound crazy, but I felt like I learned a scouting talent. And that's
Really?
where it's like that's where that heart of an intern comes from, where you
Mhm.
go in there and you learn something new. And every day, as I'm scrolling through Facebook since we had that conversation, I'm looking more. Is this professional? Can I send this to Rachel? And it helps me now. So
Aw, I'm so glad that was very helpful. I didn't
yeah.
even know that, but, thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah, of course. It was a great opportunity, honestly. I needed it.
It's okay. Some people like this is what I'm not saying this refers to you, but my pastor that is no longer with us, he used to say sometimes people need a checkup from the neck up. That's what he always says.
Mm,
And I was just like, you know what? You're right, Pastor. He always told us that you just gotta get your head right. And I'm
yep.
just that's where I'm at just that. Do you have any questions for me?
Um, let me think. Okay, yes. So, let me just make sure I get it right.
It's okay.
Um, how because I know when I sometimes I'll reach out to people and I'll say, "Hey, would you like to, be featured in What's Up Dallas magazine?"
Mhm.
And sometimes they'll ask, well, I actually had an example. They said, I sent the information. He said, well, what do I do next?
Mhm.
So I didn't know if you wanted me to ever just go to them and get your information, give it to them, do the work, or did you want me to just let you kind of do that part?
Okay, so when it comes to connecting with people, I do like to talk to them myself as well. But if you are like, you know, weeding out people,
Mhm.
weeding out businesses before I contact them, that's great. But it's perfectly okay to give them my email address and my phone number because I'm all about it. I have my phone with me like all the time. So even if there's an email comes through at 10 o'clock, I promise you I'm still responding back to it. I'm right there. And you could just tell them, you be like, if you have any questions, just call Rachel. But I just want to let you know about her and she's aware. Or say bringing awareness that she has the service to offer you because a lot of people don't know that it's there.
Yeah, and I have to say, having a tangible magazine is really good. People often want to go online for everything, but having a literal magazine is still good these days.
It is probably the most prominent reason why people want to be in the magazine in the first place. And for a lot of people that don't know, yeah, you have digital magazines, right? People will just send you a link, you want to be featured. No offense to those online magazines, but to have a print magazine that's actually developed, formatted, written, and advertised by somebody by themselves, that is something that you don't find these days. And it's really crazy. This was told to me the other day. They were like, "You own a magazine, but you're here networking. Aren't you supposed to have people do that for you?" And I was just like, "Why?" I was like, "Why would I do that? I mean, I'm networking my magazine. It's my magazine, and it's my purpose. So I'm here connecting with you." And they're just like, "So how do we get featured?" And I was like, "Right here. Let's talk." And they were just like, they were mind blown because they've never met a magazine owner before. And I was just like, we're real people. There's not very many of us, but there's real people out there really doing big things. So
Yep.
it's
And
awesome.
it sounds like a lot. And when they hear magazine, maybe they think team and like just a whole bunch of camera, everything back in it, but they don't know you can do it with one man army, but it just, you know, it ain't as grand, but it's still a good substance.
I
Still a
do
good
have a team though. I do have a media partner, A-list photography. I don't know if you've seen me advertise him a lot.
I have.
Um, he's from Detroit and he does all my YouTube content and also helps me with my talking head videos and all the media that we have on our YouTube channel. So, he's been a really great asset to have too. So, he's also the other half of my company. So now it's two
Oh
of
wow.
us. But I do still do the writing, I still do the interviews. He does all the media portion.
And that's
So
good because that's how you need it. So sometimes the task can be a lot. So it's good to have a team, just as you said earlier.
it's I was praying for a partner. I was praying for somebody that God would give me to help me out. And now I have A-list photography. And I do want to give a shout out to Mr. U as well. He's my third partner. So yeah, so it's there three of us. And now we do two talk shows in a package with the magazine article and some social media content. So
Oh,
that
wow.
really helps out.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a
We
lot that you
network
can
together.
offer. Mhm.
So I wanted to tell you thank you for being on my show today. I really appreciate the conversation. It's been really enlightening to me, and also, I'm very much being able to talk to you face to face. Finally, even though you're all the way in North Carolina and I'm in Texas, that connections can still be made.
Yes, indeed. And I appreciate you having time because I know you're super busy and I kind of just reached out to you randomly. But I appreciate you for actually, responding to me and believing in me. I always say that for
Absolutely.
people who believe in that, the small person.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm gonna always support the people that support me. So, I mean, you're gonna support, I'm gonna support you, and I really respect everything that you do for me and for everybody else.
Thank you. And the same to you as well.
So, Mr. Humble Jones, can you tell people real quick what your social media is so they can follow you?
Okay, Facebook is Daquon, Daquan, because they wouldn't let me get On like like my real name is. So it's Daquon and then Jones. Instagram is Humble Jones. TikTok, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot
It's
that
okay.
one, but I'm on it. That's where you can reach me. I am always available for any DMs, any questions, anything you have. You want to work together on a project, I'm available.
Beats. I love that. And everybody, please go like and subscribe and support everybody that we have on our channel, especially Mr. Daquon Jones. Thank you for being my guest. Guys, y'all have a great day. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.